It is November 1968. A small freighter leaves Antwerp carrying 200 tons of yellowcake. When she arrives in Turkey, the hold is empty. Israel had been quietly building a nuclear weapon since the late 1950s, at a complex in the Negev desert called Dimono. Construction had begun in 1958, with French help, and the reactor went critical in the early 1960s. But after the 1967 Six-Day War, France cut off Israel's uranium supply entirely, and the program was on its own. For years it had run on small amounts of yellowcake smuggled in by the kilogram. By 1968, however, the new Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons was tightening international scrutiny, and Dimona's reactor was hungry. Israel needed hundreds of tons of unsafeguarded uranium ore, and it needed them without anyone noticing. Mossad got the assignment. In Wiesbaden, West Germany, an Israeli front company called Asmara Chemie appeared, claiming to be a petrochemical firm. Asmara approached the Belgian mining giant Société Générale des Minerais and asked to buy 200 tons of yellowcake. The Belgians, who had inherited large stockpiles from the old Belgian Congo, agreed. The cargo was packed into 560 sealed steel drums and trucked to the port of Antwerp. Each drum was marked plumbat, from plumbum, the Latin word for lead. The shipping papers listed the destination as Genoa, where Asmara claimed an Italian paint company would take delivery. On November 17, 1968, the German-built freighter Schiersberg unloaded the drums and sailed out of Antwerp under a Liberian flag. She had a newly installed captain and a replacement crew, all Mossad cleared. About a week later, in calm sea east of Crete, the Schiersberg rendezvoused with a second freighter under cover of darkness. The two crews worked their cranes and moved every drum of yellowcake from one hold to the other, while Israeli gunboats kept watch nearby. 560 barrels, 200 tons, transferred in international waters beyond the reach of any inspector. Then the second ship turned south and sailed for the Israeli coast. The Schiersberg A did not arrive in Genoa. She reappeared on December the 2nd, hold swept clean, in the Turkish port of Iskenderun, 1,000 miles off course. Her crew had vanished. Asmara Chemie's Wiesbaden office was found locked, the phone disconnected, the company on paper dissolved. Belgian customs sent inquiries to Italy. Italy sent inquiries to Turkey. Turkey shrugged. The Euratom inspectors who were supposed to track every gram of European uranium discovered slowly that 200 tons of it had simply walked away. The full story did not surface until 1977, when an American disarmament expert disclosed it publicly at a conference in Salzburg. Israel has never officially confirmed the operation, and to this day neither admits nor denies it has the bomb. The yellowcake fed Dimona for years. By the time anyone could prove what had happened, Israel was already a nuclear state. The drums were marked plumbat, the code name for lead. Lead does not build bombs. Uranium does, and nobody thought to ask the difference until 200 tons of it were already gone.